Tari is, I always say she's my partner in crime, because we all advocate for one thing, making money your friend, making the right financial decisions. We are about breaking the limitations that come with lack of knowledge in our community or in our society. And we believe that through knowledge, the limitations can be broken, and then people can start creating wealth. So I'm all about advocating for whether young or older people. I believe that financial literacy is the breakthrough that we all need. So yes, we are like comrades. We are always out there, and we are about educating and teaching. And I pray that today you're not going to walk away the same way you came in, but a light is going to be switched on in all of us, actually, myself included. And I'll be thinking more about how to use the income that I have, so that the money can actually work for me instead of vice versa. So with that being said, I would like to hand over to our special guest, Miss Jessica Maluleke, to take over. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. I know you guys are seeing my first name, which is Tembi. That's my Google account. But yeah, I go by Jessica Maluleke, and I'm currently the head of client experience at Equities. And just to give you a short description of what Equities does, we have this platform that gives you access to markets, right? Essentially what this means is you're able to use our platform to buy shares from multiple companies, not only locally, but internationally as well. And to explain to you guys why Equities was created, there's always been this perception that to invest money, you need to have quite a large sum, right? To buy shares and all of that. So just like Mita said earlier, or Tari, sorry, she said there is a gap in financial literacy, that there are not that many people who are actively working to change the misconceptions when it comes to investing. So what Equities decided to do was, okay, look, other companies who also offer the same thing that we offer want you to have that amount of money to buy one share. So for example, if in the market one share is 1,000 rand, you cannot own that share unless you have the full 1,000 rand, right? Equities has come and said, okay, but that obviously creates a problem for those that don't have. What if I, as Jessica, only have 200 rand, but I seriously want to, buy these shares. I want to learn how to invest. I want to get into the market. I want to create wealth for myself, but I want to start with this 200 rand. That means I would need to put 200 rand for 5 months in order for me to, just buy that one share. And by that time, within 5 months, because the markets are always going up and down, the price might have gone up to 2,000. And now that 1,000 rand that you would have saved has not earned interest, is not saved anywhere. It's basically the same 1,000 rand you would have had 5 months ago. So then we said, okay, let's offer fractional shares. So everybody, every single person, whether they've got 5 rand, whether they've got 5,000 rand, is able to buy shares on our platform. The only difference would be then you're not buying the whole share, you're buying a portion of the share. And the more you put in to that specific share, the more you own, right? So think of it this way. You have a birthday cake, and with a birthday cake, you cut it into slices. That birthday cake costs 500 rand. You don't have that 500 rand, so you'd rather just take a slice and pay 100 rand for it. You still get the same benefits as the person who would have bought the entire share as the person that has a fraction of that share, right? That's what Equities has done. And what we usually say, how we usually explain it, is we're democratizing investing and making it available for all, so that no one feels like they don't have the same opportunities as those who can afford a full share, etc. What do we offer as Equities? Like I said, you have the opportunity to invest in shares both internationally and locally. And what I mean by that, I'll show you guys my presentation now, is that we give you access to listed companies, right, via the JSE, Johannesburg Stock Exchange. Then we've got our international wallets, our USD, Australian dollar, euro, British pound. And this also gives you access to the exchanges in those countries. So your New York Stock Exchange, your Australian Stock Exchange, and you are able to buy and sell shares within those exchanges on EC Equities. I will get into the how you can do it just now. So let me just share my screen and then we can continue. Please, by all means, if you have questions, I want this to be more of an interaction and not me feeding you guys information. So you can stop me anytime and feel free to ask. All right. Can somebody just confirm that they can see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
All right, perfect. So I skipped this. So yeah, this was the cake analogy, right? A whole share is 100 Rand, but you've only got 25 Rand. That gives you a piece of, the slice of the cake. And this is what it looks like on the platform. So I use Capitec as an example because a lot of us are familiar with the brand, right? The the buying price, which would be how much you need to buy one share. You would need 1,666 Rand and 79 cents. And with other people, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't be able to buy the share. But if you've got 500 Rand on our platform and you type it in at the bottom here next to the green arrow, it tells you how many fractional shares you qualify for. So once you've bought and everything has been calculated, that is how much you're going to own. Now, a lot of people would be like, but why would I want to own 0.27999 or 2,999 of a share? How do I make money from that? How do I benefit? You know, and I'm going to go back to what Terry said at the beginning. It's long term. This is not a get rich quick scheme. You need to think of your goals. You need to understand why you actually got into investing and understand your relationship with money and what you want your money to do for you. And that will guide you as to what direction you need to take, what your investment strategies will be in this case, what your risk appetite is. And by that, I mean, how much are you willing to put in so that you can get X amount out? The more you put in, the more you get out. So eventually, this 0.2999 will become a 1. The more you put in the 500 Rand, whether you do it monthly or you only do it twice a year, it doesn't matter. You will still gain the same benefits as a person who owns a whole share, right? I'm going to move on from here. And the easy umbrella, this is just to explain to you guys the types of products that we have. So these are your options, your investment options, right? So Easy Equities as on its own is an investment platform. You've got stocks, you've got different wallets.
You are not moving slides. We're still on the Easy Equities welcome slide.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Your slides are not moving. Okay, thank you. They are now moving.
Okay, let me just keep it like this. Sorry about that, guys. So here's the Capitec example. The buy price is how much you need to buy one share, right? So it's 1,666 Rand and 79 cents. And if you put in 500 Rand, because that's what you have over here, then it calculates for you how many shares will be allocated to your account, right? This is not the current price, so please, it's just for illustrative purposes. And then this is our product offering. So Easy Equities as a platform, you're able to invest in stocks, in ETFs, unit trust bundles. I'll get into all of that in the next slide. And then we've got Easy Credit. You can take up a loan and use the shares that you own as surety, right? And then you can use that money to buy more shares, get you more dividends, make you more money while you repay back the loan over a certain amount of time, or use it for your own personal needs, and your shares are there as surety if you can't pay back. Then we've got Easy Protect, which is a short-term life insurance. We've got our Easy Advisor. This is our AI that basically calculates for you. Like, for example, if you say, you know what, I'm trying to save or create some sort of an education fund for my child or my sibling, or I'm just trying to get money for my retirement. And then you say, in the next 10 years, I want to get to most probably, let's say, 75,000 Rand. It then asks you questions. Okay, so what is your expenditure? How much are you able to save a month, etc. It will calculate for you how much you need to put in how much would be invested, and how much interest, dividends, and everything that you'll get on top of your investments, and how much you'd have essentially at the end of the 10-year term. That's what Easy Advisor does. And then Easy ETFs is a new platform that we use for clients to compare the ETFs that we have on the platform. I will explain to you exactly what that means. And then Easy Trader is our CFD trading platform. It's currently called GT247, so we're just rebranding that part of our company and adding it under the Easy Equities umbrella. And then we have Easy Properties. Easy Properties works very similar to Easy Equities, but this time it's not stocks or ETFs or bundles, it's actual property. So you as an individual can own shares in various properties on our platform, and you make your money through rental dividends, through rental yield, and that results in dividends every quarter. And then we've got Easy Crypto, which is our crypto trading. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with the cryptocurrency. So we've just sort of given that because clients really were interested in that, and we hadn't had that for a very long time. So it also is a very new product on our platform. All right, so I'm going to now expand on Easy Equities. So the type of wallets that we have already explained are your SA. Under SA, which is your Rand currency, is your JC Stock Exchange, right? And then you've also got your tax-free savings account. Your tax-free savings account literally means that it's tax-free. You don't get taxed for the money that you put in to your account or the money that you'll be withdrawing. You will not get taxed on the dividends that you earn. You don't get taxed on the interest that you earn. Therefore, you don't get taxed on the profit that you make within your TFSA account. You can use it as a savings account, but you can also invest the money within your TFSA so that you can get your full tax-free benefit. SARS cannot touch you, guys. Like, it literally means that SARS cannot claim any cent that you would have made within your TFSA, which is a great benefit. The only thing that you guys would need to note is that with the tax-free savings account, there is a limit of 36,000 annually, and the lifetime limit is 500,000. All right, and then you've got the Australian dollar, you've got your USD, you've got your British pound, and you've got your euro. So all the companies and all these exchanges you have access to all on this one little app. And you can move your money seamlessly on the platform from one account to the other. If you feel like, you know what, I want to move money from, you know, the money that I made maybe from my Capitec shares and just maybe buy Apple shares in my USD account, you can transfer that money very easily through the platform and buy your shares. So you don't need to have an international bank account to be able to access any of our international currency. All right, I'll just pause for a minute. Are there any questions, or are we still together?
I see there's a hand from Walter. You can go ahead.
Sure.
Okay. Just wanted to ask, in terms of liquidating your investment, your shares, how easy is it to liquidate in terms of the lead time, waiting period, and stuff like that?
Oh yeah, no, you can. There's no waiting period. You can buy your shares today and sell today and withdraw today. The usual settlement period is 5 business days, but we do offer an early settlement, which makes your money available to you immediately at a charge of 0.2% of that amount, which is usually a few cents, depending on how much you want to withdraw. So for those clients that have the emergencies and want to liquidate, that functionality is 100% available on the platform.
Okay, good. Thanks.
Awesome. Right. Okay, so maybe let's go back to the presentation. Cool. The TFSA, I did explain it. It was just a slide actually. 36,000 annual limit, 500,000 lifetime. Tax-free, you can't trade stocks, and by stocks I mean individual companies. So you can't buy a Capitec or a Metal or a Bidvest. You can only trade in ETFs, and I will explain to you what the differences are shortly. And again, the USD, these were just examples of the company that are listed within our USD account. Currency is the American dollar, and the exchange is the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, and then how do we do it, right? So this is what the Invest Now page looks like on our actual platform. It gives you the offering, right? So you've got normal equities, which would be your individual stocks. You've got ETFs, you've got ETNs, you've got crypto, you've got unit trusts, you've got bonds, government bonds, you've got bundles, and you've got baskets, right? And then under category, what we've done is we've sort of summarized the top performing, like the top 40 performing stocks on the platform, so that you don't have to go and, you know, Google this and that. It's literally on the platform. If you're just interested to know, you know, which one is the highest performing company right now currently in South Africa or in the JSE, and you would just click on top 40 and then it would give you that answer. Our Thrive stocks, these are the stocks that have a brokerage discount. So we charge a 0.25% brokerage, which is a commission, right? But if you trade in any of the Thrive stuff, you don't get charged that brokerage. So it saves you more money. Vehicles and parts is an industry. Banks is an industry, beverages industry, chemicals, buildings and materials. So if you want to see how all the banks are performing compared to each other, you'd be able to do so. Sorry, is there somebody asking a question?
No.
Oh, okay. Sorry about that. So yeah, if you wanted to see, you know, the vehicle industry and how they are performing against each other, you can just click on that and then it will list you the companies that are in this industry and where they currently are within the market. And there's multiple. So these are just the ones that you see, obviously. But once you click on the arrow, it drops down to every single industry there is that's registered within the JSE, and there's a lot of options, right? So I said to you, I was going to explain to you the differences between what we offer. Equities, think of an egg. So Capitec is one egg, Standard Bank is another egg, Nedbank, another egg, ABSA, another egg. And then you can just pick and choose the eggs that you want to buy and create your portfolio, right? Then ETFs is a basket of all these eggs that have been taken and put together, right? We have ETF providers. For example, we've got Signia, we've got PSG, and we've got Satrix, right? Satrix is also one of our partners. So the biggest performing ETF right now is the Satrix 40. What that does is it's collected all of the top 40 performing equities and put it in one basket. So if you don't want to physically buy shares from all 40 of these companies individually, you can just buy it in that ETF and the ETF and fully across all 40 of those companies. Right, I hope that makes sense. That's what an ETF is, just a collection of those eggs. And then ETNs, these are commodity based, so it follows the index offered by banks. There are not that many. Standard Bank is our biggest provider here. I'm also not that popular because, you know, the calculations and everything on the back end are quite extensive. Like, it's very, very technical, but we do offer them for those clients that are really into it. And then crypto is just a crypto bundle, a group of cryptocurrencies put together, and it's managed by an asset manager. Yes, there we go. And then unit trust, very similar to ETFs, but instead of it being an ETF that's tracking an index, is a unit that has its own separate price. They also work very differently because they're not so regulated. So we only use Satrix as our unit trust offers. Yeah, they're the ones that put unit trust on our platform. And then we've got government bonds. This one was a very big demand from our clients. What this essentially means is you're putting your money into a government bond. It could be a bond in anything, right? Like any type of property, rental or office-based and whatever. And then that money is used for them to do whatever it is that they want to do as the government. And then you earn money as interest. It gets paid into your Easy Equities account. So it's something like a dividend, but not necessarily a dividend. They term it as interest. Then you can use that money to either buy more bonds or to invest somewhere else. But yeah, one of our top performing products on Easy Equities. And then bundles are managed portfolios. So we've got asset managers that work for Easy Equities. One of our partner is Easy Asset Management. So they have their bundles on here. Essentially, what this means is there is a very top class individual who literally studies the market day in, day out, and puts together a little basket of all these companies and says, you know what, this is going to be a top performing bundle, and they manage it. So by them managing it, it means if they see that any one of those equities are not performing, they're able to remove and add so that it's to the benefit of the client. That's a bundle. And then a basket is for you. So you can pick and choose whatever equities you want, put them together, and then bulk buy, those shares. The money is also split equally across the companies that you would have put together. Whether you've got 10 companies or only 2, it forms a basket. So it makes it easier for a lot of our clients who don't really want to go through the stocks one by one. They just create their own little bundles, and then it gives them that offer. For now, we've switched off our baskets because we're introducing our new AI. It's coming very, very soon. This AI, you'd be able to type in, listen, I want to invest 1,000 Rand in the mining sector. Get me your top 10 performing companies in the mining sector. Put it together, create a basket for me, and spread my money equally. So then it also automates that process. The AI is able to also give you back feedback to say, listen, as much as you said you want the top 10, this one doesn't look like for the next 6 months they'll be performing well because they would have reported XYZ. So it goes and fetches information from all our resources within the market and then gives you that information. Then you can, decide thereafter if you really want to go ahead with this basket, or maybe you want to just change some of your properties. So that's coming very soon. So those, I know, sorry, I've said a lot, but those are our products. And once you get used to it, and once you familiarize yourself with our platform, you understand how easy it is to actually do it on your own. Or if you want, like a step-by-step guide, you're able to call us and we can take you through it. I'm gonna move on to our second last slide. So these are just our resources. There's a lot of clients who've honestly asked us, guys, I don't know where to start. I do want to invest. I genuinely just don't know where to look. Like sometimes you can't trust the sources on Google. So what do you have? We've got the graphs, we've got the charts for every single product that's on our platform. When you click on it, if I go back to the Capitec slide, this graph here on your left that shows you Capitec's performance over a period of time. So you can choose 1 month, you can choose 3 months, 6 months, a year, or maximum, which is from when Easy Equity started to now. And you'd be able to see Capitec's performance. Just using this graph alone, you guys are able to see that Capitec literally grew as a company between September the 4th and September 11th. And this also can help you sort of gauge when you want to enter the market, when you want to actually buy the share. We also have summarized resources though, on our blogs, on our FAQs, on our fact sheets. This is attached to every single ETF and every single managed portfolio, which is a bundle. A fact sheet literally gives you a breakdown. These are the companies you're investing in. This is the weighting of each company. This is the performance of each company. And you can then make your informed decision, or you can go to our Easy ETFs website, search Satrix 40 versus Signia 40 and see the performance difference between these two ETFs. And then we've got Easy Academy. Easy Academy is sort of like our little UNISA. That's what we refer to it. You can log in for free. We don't charge anybody. And you've got videos that explain every concept of investing on our platform. And just in general, it's general knowledge, but obviously we try to make it very specific to Easy Equities. And then, that's just Academy. It does help you to just learn more. And then we do send weekly emails to all of our clients top performing companies, companies that are paying dividends, what's going on in the market. Is there any company that you need to look out for? And in no way are we giving clients advice, because we're not allowed to, but we are guiding you to say, listen, this is what we've seen. Thungela is performing very well now. They're about to pay 300 Rand per share dividend. Best performing equity for the past 6 months. This is what they're about. You can check it out on our platform, etc., etc. So we do try and give you guys all that information. And then there are a few questions that were sent to me that a lot of people have been asking, which is like our frequently asked questions. Who do we offer our products to? So we offer our products to everybody above 18. So if you're an adult, by all means, you can register on our platform, but we also cater to minors. So these are individuals that are below 18. So literally on the first day, like, of your baby on earth, you can register an account for them for as long as you've got their birth certificate, and start investing for them or saving for them via Easy Equities. Because they are younger than 18, they won't be able to gain access to the international wallets. So at registration, they only get access to your ZAR, which is the normal JSE access, and then the TFSA and Easy Properties, and then Easy Crypto. So all our ZAR-based products they can get, but just not the international wallets, right? The other question I received was, so I just want to read it. If you're outside of South Africa, how can you open an Easy Equities account? Same process on our Easy Equities website. You click on register, you fill in your details. Because we've got international wallets, we literally can offer our product to the whole world. It doesn't matter where you're from. There are obviously limitations. For example, tax regulations will not allow us to offer the TFSA to people that don't reside within South Africa or do not have a South African ID number or tax number. So those are the only little limitations, but you have access to the ZAR wallets, you have access to the international wallets, you'll have access to Easy Properties. For as long as you've got a South African bank account, it genuinely doesn't matter where you're from. You can trade anywhere using any of our products on our platform. Then
Tembi, sorry.
yes, go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, I think there's another question here. It says, what is the minimum amount to invest?
What is the minimum amount to invest? All right. We do not have or require any minimums. Like I said, because we have the ability to offer fractional shares, you can buy a share for 5 Rand. You can literally buy a share for 5 Rand on our platform, and it will go through. Obviously, it will be a fraction of a share, so it won't be the whole share unless one share costs 5 Rand. But we have no minimums. Any amount that you have, you can invest with Easy Equities. I hope I've answered your question.
Okay. Yes. Yes. Thank you.
Awesome. Can children have Easy Equities account? 100%. Educate on how TFSA and Easy Equities works. Okay, I will cover that again. That is your tax-free savings account. You can put any amount up to 36,000 annually. And by annually, I mean the financial year, right? So 1 March up until February of the next month, of the next year. Whether you want to put in bulk 36,000 or put in 3,000 every month, however much you have, you can put that into your TFSA. What goes in is what SARS looks at. So it will say, okay, Jessica put in 10,000 Rand in this financial year. We will not tax her on that 10,000 Rand. However, my portfolio will be showing that I've got 25,000 Rand because I invested that money. I earned interest on that money. I earned dividends on that money that I put in. They do not tax me on my profits as well. So it's literally only the line that goes in. The profits you've made from your investments and all that stuff, you will not get taxed on it. And we do provide with a tax certificate on our platform. So when you do your returns and SARS comes and says, listen, it looks like you've got a tax-free savings account. we need proof of that portfolio so that they can calculate your correctly, you're able to send them the Easy Equities tax certificate. We do submit on behalf of our clients, but there are some clients who want to do everything manually and do it for themselves. So they then send the tax certificate. I see a question in the chat. Is there
Yes.
a specific interest earned for the investment of any product? Sure. So, no, it varies because the market moves, guys. It's constantly moving, right? So I can't necessarily say, okay, over this period of time, you're going to make 10% interest on your investments. It doesn't work like that. The interest is stable only when it's just cash that is not invested, that you just put in for savings purposes. But on your investments, there's no way we can guarantee that you're going to make X amount. The only people that can give you some sort of guarantee are our asset managers, because they're the ones that actually calculate and study the market and study the products that they would have put into one bundle or one managed portfolio. Depending on how a company performs in the market. Let me give you a typical example. I don't know if you guys are aware of what happened to Aveng. Aveng lost its value in less than 24 hours. Literally went from about 1,000 something rand per share and dropped to 5 cents per share. And clients who had 100,000 invested in Aveng lost everything in a matter of less than 24 hours. But that's just the market. It reacts to how the company is performing. With Aveng, there were alleged fraud cases and all that stuff that caused for it to crash. But the opposite is also true as well. Something marvelous could happen. For example, a lot of companies who share their financial results every year, you will see a little bit of a gain in the market, and a lot of their clients, obviously enjoy that because it's making them a lot of money. So when clients announce financial results, just check what those results are saying. Focus on the profit. How much did this company make? That profit is your dividend as a shareholder. The profit that that company would have made is your dividend. And just to explain the dividend, if you're a shareholder, for example, Purple Group, which is our holding company, and Purple Group declares that they've made a profit of 1 billion and they want to share that 1 billion with their shareholders, they'll then pay you that dividend, obviously based on how many shares you hold. So if they say we are paying 300 rand per share and you've got 1,000 rand invested, you are getting 1,000 times 300 rand, and that is your dividend. And that's how a lot of our clients make their money. Instead of withdrawing the dividend, they then take it and buy more Purple Group shares so that the next time they declare their financials, I get more money, because now I no longer have 1,000 shares, I've got 2,600 shares. And now they're going to pay me 300 times 2.6. And as you continue to do that, the more your shares grow, the more money you get, and that's how you build your wealth. But it is long term, because some companies declare maybe twice a year, others do it quarterly, others only do it once a year. So it really does depend on the companies that you are invested in. So there's no straight answer on how much you could potentially make or lose on an investment. All right, cool. Let me just check if there's any more questions. All right, how to invest using Easy Equities, the other platforms, Easy Properties, Easy Equities USD, and our crypto accounts. So what we've done is, because these are all under the Easy umbrella, we've just made the registration very simple. You register once, and you're able to activate the rest of these portfolios. So when you register, the main account would be the Easy Equities ZAR account, which is your rand-based account. And then you have the option to activate and deactivate the ones that you want and the ones that you don't want, right? So if you want TFSA, you'll click on activate TFSA. Oh, okay, they've got crypto, activate crypto. Oh, I see, they've got Easy Properties, activate Easy Properties. And all of those get added into your portfolio as wallets of different colors. So ZAR would be red, properties would be blue, the crypto is like purple, USD is its own color, green is Australian dollar, etc., etc. And then the ones you don't find interest in, you don't really have to activate them. Or if they're already activated, you can hide them, because you know what, I don't really want to put my money in. And then from there, like I said, it's very easy for you guys to transfer money in and out. So you would put money into your ZAR account, let's say 1,000 Rand, then you move 100 Rand to Easy Properties, 100 Rand to Easy, 100 Rand to Easy Protect, maybe if you got the life insurance, 100 Rand to your TFSA, and then whatever it is that you want to buy in these different wallets, you can do it. And that's how it literally works. Whatever amount you put in that you want to buy, the system automatically calculates for you how many shares you would be getting. We do send trade confirmation, so you do have proof that, you know, I'm a shareholder, I bought these shares. We are also regulated, so that means we have to report all your transactions via SARS, via the FSCA phase. We comply to POPI. We have to add your names on the share registry, which is complete share. So if you are a shareholder, your name would be there. If you want to just confirm, like I know some people have trust issues, and that's okay. Sometimes we'll call Computer Share and say, hey, listen, I bought shares on Easy Equities. Can you confirm how many shares I hold in Capitec? And they'd ask you, you know, personal details, security questions. And once you answer that correctly, they say, okay, Jessica, you own 1,000 shares in Capitec. And that would be your confirmation. And they're also able to send you the confirmation by email or post. Hi, Nita, I see your hand is raised.
Yes, so I just wanted to ask with Easy Properties. So I know on your platform you would have the various kinds of properties where people can go in and buy shares, and I understand that it's all about buying shares into these properties as well. But what are the things that I should look at before I invest, especially in terms and over the company's performance? You know whether it's going up or down, but is it the same with property as well? Because as far as I'm concerned, property increases with value, but is there a time where I can lose money in Easy Properties because I don't know, the property is not performing well? So if I pick a property, is there specific things that I have to look at before I invest in there or buy shares in there?
Sure, thank you. That's actually a very good question. I'll start off by saying, guys, with investing, there's always a risk. So I also can't say, oh, you'll definitely not lose your money, because I mean, property is not as liquid or illiquid as share trading, right? But there is a sort of, let me say, comfortability with property because it is slower than trading on the market, right? So for example, to buy and sell shares, you only do it quarterly in the year, and we do it via the JSE. But that means that the same amount of time it took to buy the shares is most likely the same amount of time it would take for you to lose your money. That's first of all. So it would be about 3 months for you to decide, you know what, no, actually, this is not working for me. And then also for the purposes of reassuring our clients, especially when it comes to losses, we keep your shares or we keep your money in a separate account, so that if by any chance anything were to happen to the company that would cause a massive loss, it's sort of like an insurance for the company that we are able to replace that money. Obviously it depends. Don't quote me. It's not like you're guaranteed to get all the money you would have invested back. No. But we do honestly try on our end to make sure that we have these insurances in place to make sure that if there is a great dip, to notify you, to say, listen, we've had to. With a lot of our accounts, we don't allow your accounts to go into a negative. So if we see that you're making such a big loss that your account will get to close to zero or even a negative, you will get our trading desk saying, hey, listen, you're actually not paying attention to your portfolio, but this one stock on your account is performing like this. Would you like us to sell for you so that you don't lose all of your money, or, you know, like literally lose all your assets and have your account in a negative? Or would you like us to call you tomorrow with an update? Maybe we can do some sort of investigations for you. Like, our trading desk is very helpful in this sense. When you ask them for information regarding certain companies, they're able to give you that as well. So it's not like we're just saying, hey, do it yourself. We're just here to, you know, get your money. No, we actually provide that extra support for those clients. We're just like, look, I'm not sure what's going on here. I see major losses. What should I do? We also monitor accounts every day, every minute, for as long as the market is open, to make sure that we notify clients if we see that, no, this is not, it's not working out. It's just not combining. Now, to answer your question regarding properties specifically, it is based on the value of the property, and the valuations are done every quarter, right? We have that information available on our Easy Properties website. I'm gonna share my screen now and just show you what it looks like at a glance. Please just confirm if you see the Easy Properties website on your screen.
Yes, we can see it.
Yeah. So these are the properties we have. Properties our community have invested in. It just gives you a little rundown, and then our investment portfolio. So as you scroll down, every single property, the raised funds is for the IPO, right? For us to occupy that actual property. 103% oversubscribed, which means more than 100% of people put money into this, and these are the number of investors, right? There's a long list of properties on this website. When you click on check out, so let's say 6 on N, it will then give you a specific rundown. Sorry, I'm just waiting for it to load, on the actual property with all the details. So estimated net rental yield is 8.8%. Internal rate of return is 9.7%. Market valuation, this is how much the property was valued at, 10,081,000. Easy Properties discount would be 7.9%. And then if you scroll down, property description, with the annual valuation from last year, quarterly report, and the prospectus. Okay, so all that information is there. It literally tells you, even breaks it down on a quarterly, how much rental have we made from this property? If it was not rental, what is it that we're doing with this property? How are we earning interest? Were there any capital gains? Capital distribution and dividends are also paid to you as a shareholder, same as Easy Equities, every quarter after an auction. Whatever profit that this property would have made is what you make essentially as the shareholder. And most of our properties you can hold for the term is 5 years, but you can sell within those 5 years. If you feel like after 3 months, I don't want to hold these shares anymore, you're 100% able to sell. But the maturity of that property is 5 years, when all your profits and everything will be paid back to you, including the amount invested. So it will be invested amount plus the capital gain, less costs, and that would be your total investment. You can use that money to buy more properties, or maybe send it back to Easy Equities and rather invest there. But all that information is 100% available on our website. All of our properties, except for 2, if I'm not mistaken, are on Airbnb. So we make rental, as in have people who occupy these spaces for a long period of time, so 12 months, 24 months. And then we have our ad hoc rentals, which is the Airbnb bookings. So we really are trying to make sure that we accumulate a lot of money from these properties so that we can pay back our clients. I hope that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Sure. Are there any other questions?
Yeah, I just got a question on that, on the Easy Properties you were talking about. Like, I understand that on the Easy Properties, it's EPOS, right? The still initial public offering, but when maybe I think maybe I've got an emergency and I want to sell my shares, how does it work? Because I noticed it's a bit different from the Easy Equity side. Is Equities
Yes.
you can actually sell your shares on your own, but it is a property sale you can't.
No. At IPO stage, you can cancel, right? You can disinvest. But once the property is listed and the shares have been allocated, you have to wait for the next quarter for you to sell the shares. So while it's still an IPO, you can disinvest and be like, you know what, I'll wait for the next property, or I have an emergency, I just need my money back. There is a cancel order option on the platform and you'll get your money back immediately. However, if the IPO is closed and your money is still invested in there, then that money will be allocated to you in the form of shares, and you have to wait for the next auction in order for you to sell and withdraw the money.
Okay, I hear you. Thank you. And I noticed we had another question on the chat box. Dipuo was saying, okay, so the dividends will be determined by the company's performance. So it means there's a possibility of not earning dividends if the company is not making any profits.
Yes, there is a possibility that it wouldn't. A lot of our companies pay dividends every quarter. For the slow profiting companies, instead of every quarter, they'll make a sense announcement. A sense announcement is just basically an announcement that goes via JSE to say we will declare maybe biannually instead of quarterly because it was a slow year, so that clients constantly or shareholders constantly get something back. But there have been periods where a company doesn't pay dividends in that year, and that would be reflected in their financials. Maybe they had more liabilities than they did have assets, and that's where the money went to, etc. It is a possibility, not that it always happens. Sure. Is there anything else, guys?
Mona Lisa, I'm not sure if you are still there, but you had that question you want to ask me about, like which platforms can you buy shares on? Netflix, Apple, and all that. Were you answered on that?
Yes, I am sorted. It's the USD option. Thank you.
Yes. Yeah. So for as long as it's listed on the New York Stock Exchange, it's most probably on Easy Equities, and you can buy on Easy Equities. I think I can actually show you.
Okay. Yes, please show us.
Just give me, let me share. You know what? Let me go via the normal website. Okay, that's fine. All right. So you would go into, sorry, it's still loading. There we go. So you would go into your Easy Equities USD account, right? Okay, well, my value is 0 because it's a test account, right? But if you go to...
we're not seeing your screen.
You're not? Wait,
Yeah.
hold on, let me... Okay. Oh, I didn't press share. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Do you see it now?
Yes, we can see it now.
There we go. So you have your different wallets in different colors. So those red, if I say purple, you use these, the light blue, right? So when you click on that and then you click on invest now at the top, you then see this list of companies. These are all the companies that are listed in the New York Stock Exchange, right? In alphabetical order. I mean, your Airbnb is right there as well. But if you want to search, she said Netflix, sorry. And there it is. If you click on Netflix, it then gives you a summary of its performance. And as you can see, over time, it has grown in value. So even though it had dips like here, 21 February, it went up, it dipped again 23rd of February, went up, dipped again on the 28th, went all the way up on the 1st of March, dipped all the way down on the 5th, eventually went back up on the 13th. But if you were to draw a straight line, you can see that the value of this company is growing. That's your 1 month view. You can change the view to 3 months, and this is what it looks like. If I say max, this is what it looks like. So over since June 2017 up to today, the buying price is the value of one share. So you would need to have $609 just to buy one Netflix share. But on our platform, even if you have $1, it then calculates for you how many shares you would get. Do you understand? It doesn't limit you. And that's why I said, even if you've got 5 Rand, it will allow you to buy shares on our platform. Obviously here it says insufficient funds because my balance is on 0. But if I had more than $1, then it would go through. If you had maybe $100, let's change this to 100. It gives you, it recalculates that this is how many shares you would have. This is the cost. So this is the 0.25% commission. No, estimated shares, sorry, 0.17 shares, estimated cost is 64 cents. And then you can buy. And then you'll get a share certificate. Actually, let me do it on my demo. My demo actually will allow me. I've got money in there. There we go, yes. Yeah, so if I would, I've got about 10,000. So let's say 1,000, because one share is 609 Rand. You see, I'd have one share, 0.6411 with the cost A, and then I can buy now. And then it says, congratulations, you've just bought shares. Here's the whatever, here's your invoice. But we also email this, so you really don't need to download anything. We do email it to you as soon as you've bought your shares. And the same goes for when you sell. When you sell it, we send you a confirmation that you've just sold X amount of shares for this amount of money. This is how much you have access to, etc. All right. I don't know if that answers your questions. Are you guys good?
Yeah, happy.
Yeah, we're
Not sure
good. Just a quick question. So with Netflix or the New York Stock Exchange companies, when you buy there, you buy in dollars. Is that
Yes,
correct? Okay.
correct. So all the international wallets are, they are currency based, right? So your USD is dollar based. You can't buy with rands. That's why we say you can transfer your rand to your US dollar, and we do the exchange, right? And then we'll allocate dollars into your dollar account, and then you can start buying your shares. Or you take your rands and you put them into your euro-based account. We do the conversion, and then we put euros into that wallet, and then you can start buying the shares there. And all the companies, guys, you can think of. That's actually another big question we receive. Like, which companies are performing well? I obviously, as Jessica, can't tell you. I'm not a financial advisor, but just look at your household, right? What phone are you using, and what company does it belong to? A lot of us are using iPhone, and I can tell you for free that Apple is on the New York Stock Exchange, right? What cars are you driving? BMW is on our British pound. Is it British pound? Yes, it's on our British pound exchange. What clothes are you wearing? Your Adidas, your Nikes, they're all there. Netflix, good example. You spend all of your time streaming Netflix, Prime Video, Showmax, all these companies. Just Google. One Google search will tell you if they're a registered company in the stock exchange or not. And then going on to Easy Equities, when you search and you view that graph, it literally gives you a visual aid as to how this company has been performing for the past 7 years, or the past 3 months, or the past month. And that should guide you on whether, you know what, I can take a risk here and you know, buy shares here. What a lot of people, and also remember I spoke about risk appetite. So if you're thinking, no, man, but I only have 2,000 Rand, I can't risk this 2,000 Rand, then don't put 2,000 Rand, put 20 Rand and see how that performs over time. And if you're happy with that performance and you see that, oh man, I'm actually getting money. Like I made R1 dividend. It's going to encourage you to put in more money. So don't ever throw yourself in the deep end with because it's forever. It's not going anywhere. It's not Forex. It's not Bitcoin. No, it's very much long term. There's nothing for you to worry about. Just keep reading, keep checking. Literally write down a list. That will be your homework from me. Write down a list of the products that you use in your home. Go as far as where you go buy your medication, your Discam, your Clicks. They are on the platform. Where you buy your groceries, your Woolworths, your ShopRites, Checkers, they're under holding companies. Look at those places. Look at where you pour your petrol, your Shell Garage, your Sasol. They are all there as well on the platform. Go as far as your network provider. Are you using Telkom? Are you using Cell C, MTN, Vodacom, Rain? And just check if those companies are there. Those are the things that you use on a day-to-day. That would mean those are the most active of the companies because a lot of people consume their products on a day-to-day. Your TFG shopping, your Foshinis, the ladies that love dressing up and buying clothes. Look at all the companies that are registered under TFG, Truworths and the likes, and see how they are performing. Your food places, McDonald's, KFC, guys, there is so many industries that you can look at, and it starts with you as an individual. You don't think twice about where you buy groceries. You know your preferred grocery shop. You know your preferred network. You know your preferred restaurant, your preferred hospital, everything. Start there and write a list like, okay, these are the products that I actually consume. And go to Easy Equities and then cross-check, okay, this one is there, this one there, this one there. And then slowly but surely just check the graphs and check that information over time. How have they been performing? And like I said, we send you weekly emails of the top performing companies. When you compare our email to what you have on your writing pad, I can bet you at least more than 2 of those companies will be there. So if you were confused about where to start with you.
Oh wow. I think that is great. I think that is very important information. I think that the last bit it's quite helpful because it helps one to know where to start, because graphs can be quite intimidating for some of us. But if I start at home and I look at what I buy and where I buy, and I think majority of us always say that, you know what, ShopRite will never go anywhere. People always shop there. So if that's my thinking, it means that maybe that is where I should put my money, So I think that last bit was very enlightening, very enlightening. So thank you very much.
And Mita, we also have a question. Maybe you can read it out.
Okay.
Sorry,
okay, I joined a bit late. I just want to know how my dividends are paid. Are they automatically paid into my account, or will I have to withdraw before they are paid?
All right, perfect. That is a very good question. So your dividends are automatically paid into your Easy Equities account. Please don't withdraw, otherwise you won't get your dividends. How dividends work is a company says you need to be holding these shares at LDT. LDT is last day to trade, right? So if they say today, the 13th of March, is the last day for you to hold a Capitec share, in order for you to qualify for a dividend that's getting paid tomorrow, don't sell. Wait for your dividend to get paid. You can decide after you've received your money if you want to sell or not. But if you do want to receive your dividend payment, just always check for LDT. We do send that information, right, to our clients. We don't leave you high and dry to do that research for yourself. We do send a list every week of companies that are paying dividends with the LDT so that you are aware as an individual to just double check what you're holding and how long you need to hold it for you to get your dividend, right? And then you've got 2 options on our platform. The dividend can be paid to you cash, and you decide what you want to do with that cash, right? Or your dividend will be automatically reinvested in that company that paid out the dividend. So for example, I use Capitec, guys, sorry, because it is a company that's very well known. So if Capitec paid out your dividends and you chose reinvest, the system will pay it out. You'll see it in your available balance, but then automatically just purchase more shares and add them to shares that you currently hold. And what this does for you is the next time Capitec pays dividends, you have more shares here. So your dividends grow as your shares grow, right? The more you put into Capitec, the more you get out as dividends. And that's compound interest, right? I hope that's making sense. Sure. Cool. Awesome. Thank you for the thumbs up. Are there any more questions? I'll take that as
No. Yeah, there are no more questions from the chat. So if there isn't any question directly from the people, I think that's that.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I think we went over the time by 30 minutes. I'm so sorry, but I could literally speak about easy equities every day. And thank you to Mita and Tari for inviting me. I hope you guys have learned a lot. I'm always available for your follow-up questions. You can email me directly or you can call us at Easy Equities. And I think Tari did mention that we are giving everybody that attended a 50 Rand Easy Equities voucher for you guys to use at your will. It's up to you what it is that you guys want to buy, just as a thank you for inviting us. So thank you very much.
So with
Thank
that 50 Rand bonus, I just got a question. Should people, like when they register, is there a code they have to be using for them to get that? How does it work?
Yeah, were you not given a link by Carol?
We're given a link for them to register, yeah.
Yes, so that registration link, that 50 Rand gets automatically allocated after the FICA verification. So we don't do anything manual. But if it's not allocated, then you can just drop me an email and give me the account numbers so that we can get our finance department to do it. But it should be automatic.
All right, okay. No, when you send a link, what was the link we shared was our registration link for this webinar.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, no, not for the webinar. Sorry, it's the registration link for Easy Equities. If you don't have one, then I'll just send you one tomorrow.
Okay,
so that you can just send to everybody and then let them register. As soon as they've registered and their account is FICA verified, give it about 10 minutes, refresh your account, and the 50 Rand will be in there.
All right, okay. So everyone, I will send you emails once I receive the registration link to use.
Yes, correct.
Okay, if I may ask, this is for people that have joined today, correct? Okay.
Yeah, if you
don't have.
you can be generous and give to people who are absent, because I know there's somebody asked for a recording because he's at work.
Yeah.
It's not, we're not going to limit it. We can give to anybody. Just ask them to use that link so that it just automatically allocates to them. We really don't mind.
Okay. All right.
Sure.
Oh, there's a hand.
Yeah, there's a hand. Yes.
Rumbiza, you can go ahead.
Yes, sorry to take you back, but I just wanted to confirm. You said that anyone can register on Easy Equities, but they need to have a South African account.
No. So anybody, South African bank account is what I was
Yes.
referring to. Yes.
Yes.
South African bank account, because we can't pay a foreign currency into your rand-based account, right? So it's only for the purposes of you being able to put money into your ZAR, and when you want to withdraw, we can pay you back. So you would need a South African bank account. Alternatively, if you only want to invest in the international wallets and you do have a bank account that accepts USD or Euro or Australian dollar, that's fine. Then you don't need to have the South African bank account. But
Okay.
Yes.
But
So
any
it's just
bank
for the
can.
purposes of the withdrawal, right? So that we can pay rand into your rand-based bank account. Otherwise, if it's just international accounts you're interested in, by all means, then just go ahead and register, and you'll put that specific bank account on there.
Okay. And maybe as a follow-up to that as well, can I then load a second bank account? Say I open Easy Equities today with a Namibian account, and then later on I have a South African account that I can also add on to my portfolio.
Yes. So let me, okay, that's a bit, these are the technical stuff on our back end. So the SADC region, the SADC countries, Namibia, is it Lesotho, Botswana? I always confuse the two.
Mhm.
South Africa, Mozambique. As long as you're part of the SADC region, you do qualify for the rand-based account, and we are able to
Okay.
pay to your Namibian bank account. So we're not going to limit that.
Awesome.
So remember that we have that relation with the SADC countries. So it
Yes.
doesn't take away the ZAR for you. We can pay into your Namibian bank account. The nice thing with Namibia is they also have like a Standard Bank and FNB. So our
Mhm.
relationship is very quick. Our rand to Namibian dollar is 1-to-1, which also
Okay.
helps. Yeah. So
Great.
that's fine.
Perfect.
It's Namibia. It's just the countries that are not part of SADC.
The SADC. Okay. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
All right. No problem. Oh, but then also, yes, you can have more than one bank account, guys. Some people, for example, me, I receive my salary on one bank, let's say Discovery Bank, but I want my savings to go into Capitec. I don't want to mix my banks. We allow our clients to do that. We do have an automatic verification, so we do speak to banks. Our platforms are linked. The bank account has to be in your name. We don't pay third party. So me as Jessica, I cannot withdraw money into my daughter's bank account, for example. It has to be in my bank account, and then I can do whatever I want to do. And even with my daughter's account, it has to be in her name. She has to have her own bank account in order to withdraw from her Easy Equities account, because we don't do third party. But however many bank accounts you want, as long as they're not fraudulent, by all means, do what you need to do. Yeah. All right. I think we can end it there. Sorry, if there are any other questions, you can just email me and I will give you guys the responses. But thank you guys again for your time. I really enjoyed speaking to all of you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Jessica. I think we also learned a lot. It was an informative session. Again, if there are any more questions, we'll definitely email them to you. And to anyone who needs, actually, I think after the session or even tomorrow, because the session is recorded, we'll just share it, including the people who are not able to make it, so that they can listen at their own pace and at their own time. So yeah, thank you to everyone. And thank you guys. Thank you, Neo. He says thank you for the voucher. He thought we forgot. No, we did not. So don't worry, you're getting your 50 rand. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
everyone. Enjoy your
Jessica, for your
day.
time.
Thank you. Bye.
What a blast.
Bye.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Noah.
Thank you so
Bye.
much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you,
Thank you. Good
Joanna.
evening.
When are we
Thank you,
having another
Lucretia.
one, Tembi? Another one, Tembi, please.
Let's organize with
Thank you so
you
much,
guys.
guys. Bye, Tarif. Bye,
Bye.
Tembi.
Thank you, friends.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Thank
Okay,
you,
bye.
Lucretia.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye,
Bye.
Juju. Bye.